when I was a young woman, I knew these two elderly couples that went to my church. They were so darling. They were maybe in their late 80s, early 90s, and they went everywhere together. They traveled abroad. I mean, they had been together for years. I think they must have gone to college together and just remained friends throughout all of those years. And it was just wonderful to see them as examples of marriage and how you can stick together and all of that. One of the couple husband died. And of course, they were all devastated because she was by herself at that point. And but they continued to go places together, the three of them. They wanted to make certain that she was taken care of. And so they would just come to church together all the time. I would see them at the restaurants on Sunday. They would be having dinner. They just had a good time. Now, the spouse of the second couple passed. But before she passed, she told me that if anything happened to her, she wanted her husband to marry her friend. Now, bear in mind, these couples have known each other all of their adult lives, and they were unselfish. So she told me that, and I just pondered that in my heart. I didn't think it would happen, but she finally died. And she had told her girlfriend, when something happens to me, if you are still alive, I want you to marry my husband. She gave his name and all. And she said, okay, I will. So she died, and the new couple. Now, when I say new couple, I hope you didn't forget what I was saying to you. The new couple was the wife of the friend who had passed and the husband of the friend who had passed. So it was just the two of them who had been friends all of these years. And they did get married after about 3 months. They get married. Well, when you're in your late 80s and 90s, you don't have to wait a year. You don't have to wait 2 years, because you have to just fall and have the meaningful life that you're intended, because you just don't have much time. And she took good care of him. She did outlive him, but she made certain that he wanted for nothing, and he did the same for her. They were a very good couple together because they already knew each other. They knew each other's friends. They knew each other's temperament because they had been together for so many years as couples. And they had a really good relationship, it appeared, to those of us on the outside. There was no reason for them to have any issues whatsoever. Now, I'm telling you this story because I have heard so many people say, if I break up with somebody, or if I die, and I don't want my husband to be talking to any of my friends. I don't want him to be dating any of my friends. I don't want him going out with any of my friends. I want my friends to stay away. Well, to me, that doesn't make sense. If you have a husband, and if something happens to you through death, why can't he fall in love with one of your friends if she's available? That doesn't mean that they have been running around before you passed. That doesn't mean that they had any kind of relationship together. But some women are adamant about that. I think that's a new age thing. I think women my age never thought like that. I don't think we ever thought about our husbands not being friendly with our girlfriends if something happened to us. And I've heard of some women, some younger women saying, well, if I break up with him, I don't have to die. If I break up with him, I don't want to see him talking to one of my friends after we've broken up. What? It appears to me that if you have broken up with someone, that means you no longer want them. You no longer want him. He no longer wants you. He is free, single, and disengaged, and you are free, single, and disengaged. Why would you want to prevent your spouse from falling in love and being happy again with a friend that he already knows? That he already knows her. They have some of the same friends. They can go places together, enjoy one another, and just live a happy life. I think women who feel that way, and men too, are just selfish. They don't want the other person to be happy. And I think I have a problem with that. If a little bit of happiness is going to come into your spouse's life or your boyfriend's life or your girlfriend's life, leave it alone and let it develop. That's no skin off your back. If you don't want them, why would you prevent someone else from having him? I think we need to talk more about that, because this is something that's sort of rampant in our communities, where we don't want to see happiness take place among friends of those who have divorced or split up or because of death. What do you think about it?